On today's video, we are going to be testing out the Monstrum Vader Red Dot. This was sent to me by Monstrum Tactical. We've got this mounted on my CAA MCK, and I've got my Glock 17 9mm mounted inside. This is going to be our test gun for the day. Let's get started. One thing I want to point out in today's video, we are not going to be going over any of the specs on this Red Dot. If you haven't watched the unboxing video of the Monstrum Vader Red Dot, go back and watch that video. We went over the optional lens caps, the MOA of the dot. We went over all that in the unboxing video. So go back and watch that video before you watch this one if you want all the specs and everything on this dot. Okay, so the dot that's been on the MCK for the last year or two has been this Vortex Crossfire Red Dot. Now this is a nice dot. They run about 150 bucks. I've had them on 12 gauges, ARs. They hold up good. They keep zero good. The only thing that I don't like about the Crossfire dot is you have to turn the dial to turn on the red dot, and it will only go one way. You can't just go from 0 to 11, which is what I like to keep this dot on, is 10 or 11 on the brightness setting. So you got to spin it all the way around to get it there, and then spin it all the way back when you want to shut it off, because this also does not have an auto turn off. Where with the Vader, all we have to do is hold the button down for a couple seconds and the dot is on, and it will hold the last setting you had it on. All right, first thing we got to do is get this zeroed. We're going to be using 124 grain Summit City bullets. These are my reloads. These are sitting on top of 4.8 grains of CFE pistol powder. All right, let's go down and check that target. All right, that first shot was super low. We'll give that a try. All right, here we go with the second shot. All right, this was our first shot. It was really low. Moved it up some. That was our second. Really moved it up. That was the third shot. Actually ran out of elevation here on this shot. Backed it down a little bit and went to the right. And that was our final shot. So that's where I want it. All right, one thing on this dot we talked about when we did the unboxing video was how bright it was on the bench, and it's a super clean dot also. It's real crisp looking. It's super bright here in Ohio today. Not hardly any clouds out, sun shining, snow all over the ground. So this is some really bright conditions out here, and this dot looks amazing. It does have a little bit of that bluish tint to it, like some of the cheaper optics have. But it's an $89, $99 red dot. So I'm really happy with how this dot looks out here in the sun today. All right, we're going to shoot a group. We're at about 10 yards. We're going to fire off the rest of the rounds in the mag that we used to sight it in. All right, here's our first group out of the MCK. Left and right's good. We're still shooting a little high. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. Get it down in this area, but not too bad of a group. All right, I adjusted that dot down a little bit. Got another mag of 124 grain Summit City bullets. Shoot another group. Ran them all. Alright, here's our second group. Still got to go down just a touch. It's a pretty good group. Getting better. Alright, this time we got some ZQI 124 grain factory ammo loaded up. Let's give this stuff a try. There to feed. There to feed. All right, here's our group. I told you I was going to adjust that down. I forgot. We're going to do it this time. All right, we're going to finish up this box of ZQI ammunition. I did adjust the dot down. See if this group's a little better. All right, so here's this group. I turned it about 8 clicks. Still shooting a little high. I got the 124 grain Summit City reloads back in it. Let's fire another group. I did adjust the dot down again a little bit. That's our best group yet. We got her right where we want her now. That's a good group. All within a couple inches. Really nice. Vader's working great. All right, we got one USPSA target set up over here on this right board. And we got this target over here on the left. What I'm going to do is fire 2 shots in each target and transition back and forth. See what I think about transitioning from target to target with the new dot. All right, here's our shots on our USPSA target. They're all in the A zone. That's where you want them. And here, these are probably all in the A zone too. This one may be just a bit outside. But I only brought one USPSA target today, so real easy tracking. All right, we got a couple 100 rounds through it now. We're going to get back on the bag, confirm that we have not lost 0. I can pretty much tell you we haven't, but let's do this anyway. We're going to fire 5 shots into that bottom left target. See how the group is. All right, let's get out and look at that group. So here's our group. We got one here, and then we put 4 in the same hole. All right, all in all, I couldn't be happier with this Monstrum Vader Red Dot. Worked great all day. Never had one issue with it. We got over 200 and some rounds through it. We went back to the bench, put it back on the bags after all those rounds, fired a 5-shot group. They were all pretty much touching except for one. One thing we didn't talk about, these lens caps. I just thought about it now when we're doing this recap. They stayed on all day. A lot of times these lens caps like to come flying off these red dots. They stayed put all day. They didn't move at all. They're still perfectly up and down. So the caps are awesome too. They work good. Transitioning from target to target was real easy, so I was real happy with that. All right, so let's talk about the pros of this dot. It's under $100. You can use it for competition, USPSA, Steel Challenge, make a good little dot for under 100 bucks. It's super bright. It's bright out here today. Got the sun shining on all this snow. Had no problem seeing the dot on the white targets, on the cardboard targets, and on the blue and white target. Dot's crystal clear, nice and crisp. Now let's talk about the cons of this dot. Does not have an auto on or off function, so you will have to remember to turn it off. It's not a big deal, most dots are like that. And it does have a little bit of a bluish tint on the glass, but it's a budget optic and it's under $100. So I highly recommend this Monstrum Vader Red Dot. I'm probably gonna go ahead and just leave it on this MCK. I like it on here. I do shoot this thing quite often. I thought this would be a good test for it. It's not as brutal as the 12 gauge tests that I normally do with these red dots, but I like this dot. I'll probably keep it on here. There's a lot going on inside this little MCK chassis. You got your slide moving back and forth inside and everything. So this dot's taking a lot of punishment being mounted on this, and it held up fine all day. I don't really have any complaints. So if you like this video, you're thinking about this red dot, I'll put links to Amazon, and I'll also put the links to Monstrum Tactical's website. If you're looking for a dot under 100 bucks, this is a great dot. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.